The following video will demonstrate how to navigate the iPad email app. After viewing this video, you should be able to read, send, and organize email using the iPad Mail application. You may want to hold your iPad while viewing the video on a computer so that you can follow along and practice with the instructions provided to you. This video will kind of give you an overview of some of the basic navigations for the actual Mail application. Now, the previous video demonstrated how to set up your email account, and regardless of whether you're dealing with the PCSD account or if you're dealing with a personal email account, everything in this video will be the same as far as how to navigate through the Mail application, reading your email, deleting email, even creating a new message. It all pretty much works the same regardless of which account you're using. So the first thing, if you're looking at your home screen on the iPad and you locate the Mail application icon, right now at this moment you will see a red circle with the number 2 in it. And that is, for those of you that are new to the iPad or the iPhone or anything Apple like that, that just is simply an alert that lets you know how many unread messages you have. Okay? If there are no unread messages, there will be no number there. And that number will total, if you have multiple email accounts on your iPad, the number will total unread messages for all of those accounts. Unless you kind of go in and configure the settings differently. So you would just click, once your Mail account is set up, you would just click on the Mail icon and you would go into the application here. And you can see there on the left all of my inboxes and all of my accounts. And let me differentiate between the two because you're going to have different options based off of how you access your email. If you look at the top here, where it just says inboxes, that is simply the inbox for each of your accounts. Now I can go to all inboxes and all of my accounts will be blended together, or I could go down here to PCSD and it would go into just the inbox for that account, and that would work the same for all of those accounts. But at the bottom you actually have the accounts listed. If I select PCSD at the bottom, you will see that I have options to view all of my folders, my sent messages, my inbox, all of that is there. Okay, I can even go in under that option and hit edit and create a new folder. Now it'll call it a new mailbox on the iPad, but it's the same as creating a new folder. If you access it from the top up there, just under inboxes, again, all you can really do is delete there or move to a folder. So just know the difference between there with your inboxes and your actual account settings. We just want to give you a couple of tips. If you see, if I go into, like right now I don't have any unread messages on my PCSD account, but if I go into Gmail, you will notice that my unread messages have a blue dot beside them. Okay, so that's just something you can know there if you're new to this. I mean, if you have a blue dot, that's the actual unread message. Okay, if you want to reply to someone's email, you can go and you select the message. You can see where I've highlighted a message here from Miss Kristen Spears, and at the top right corner of the screen you will see an arrow that is facing toward the left. If you tap on that arrow, you will get your options to save the images from the email, print, forward, reply to everybody, or to reply just to the sender. So make sure you're aware of that and you look at your options there. So if I wanted to just reply to Miss Kristen, I would just hit reply and the box would come up and I would just simply type my message. And then I would hit send. And that's it. That's how you reply to a message, and you will notice that right out beside her name now, there is that arrow that points to the left that lets me know I have actually sent a reply. Well, what if I get an important message and I don't have time to read it at the moment, or it's something that I don't want to forget? You have a couple of options. I could move a message to a folder. For instance, I could go in here, and here's one related to a Mimeo training course I'm in. I could go up to the icon and watch your screen carefully when I tap this, but you would hit the folder with the arrow on it. It's going to be up there, the second from the left. I would hit that folder, and it's going to ask me where I would like to move this. It says tap on a mailbox to move this message. So I could go over here to the Mimeo training, and then now that message has moved out of my inbox into that folder. Okay? I could also flag the message if I wanted it to pop out or stand out. Okay? Like for instance here with Miss Key, I've got to help her with a calendar this afternoon. So I want to flag that. I'm going to tap on the flag, and you can have two options. You can mark it as unread so that you get that blue circle back in your inbox. To see that there, it shows as if I've never read the message. Or I can tap the flag again, and I can actually hit flag it. So now it has a flag beside it. And let me show you kind of what that does. If I go back out to my main section, it now creates almost pretty much a separate inbox for me where it says flagged. So I know there that there's something important and critical that I need to get to later. Maybe it's an email from an administrator you work with, from a co-teacher, or from a parent. But if you want to flag it, that way you know to check it later. And I can simply go in, if I'm through, look at the message, I can hit the flag icon again, and I can hit unflag. Okay, I would also need to hit mark as read if I wanted that blue dot to disappear. So pretty simple there. All right, let's say I want to delete an email. Okay, the fire drill is over. You would simply highlight the email message you want to delete, and you would go up and tap the trash can icon, and there you go. That's deleted. All right, so, and excuse the little notifications popping up. Sometimes that will actually happen. Okay, that's really those skills alone there will help you navigate through your email system. You should be able to read, you should be able to reply, you should be able to delete, and you should be able to move to a folder. Okay, I will show you quickly how to create a new folder. Again, remember, you're going to want to access the email under the account section. So I could go to PCSD under there, and then I would simply hit edit, and I would tap new mailbox. Okay, and there's my mailbox location. Now I can go in and I can change that. I can move it. I can put a folder within a folder, or I could just create one right there. And let's just create one test so that I can delete it later. I would hit save, and you would scroll down, and you would see that I now have a folder named test. Okay, so that's really all there is to that. And if I want to delete that folder, I would just tap on it, and I would go delete mailbox, and it will confirm that I want to delete the mailbox test, and I'm good to go. Okay, so that's how you would create a folder there. The only other thing that might be very helpful for you is how to create an email from scratch. And you simply have that icon in the top right corner, very easily accessible. It just has a little box with the pencil. You would tap on that, and here's where you have to be careful. I have multiple accounts on here. So, and you may too. Most of you have a personal email that you'd probably want to put on here. Mine is set by default to send from my Gmail account. Well, there's a problem if I send from that Gmail account and I'm trying to get a message to someone at school. A lot of times it blocks that and filters that external email out. So I would tap in that line where it says from, and it'll expand it like it just did, and then I have to tap the from line one more time, and then I can select to send it from my school email account. Okay, so that way I know it's coming directly from school email. I won't have any trouble. In the to box up here, I'll just use my wife's for example. I could start typing immediately her email address, like S. Varnon, or I could actually type in her name, and then it will find it, and I would just select the appropriate address. If I want to add multiple users, I just keep going through there. I can hit the plus sign, or I can just, by the blue cursor, start typing someone else's name. Okay, and you just keep going, and as many people as you need to email, you can add there. And then obviously there's your subject line, and then you just type into the body of your message, and no big deal there. And then you would just simply hit send. Okay, so that pretty much walks you through all of the major functions of the mail application. Like now I just received a message from PCSD. showing that it's unread. So there it comes in, and Miss Kristen has responded and told me you're welcome. And you can see that emails can sometimes be really quick and just get the point across. So that should get you through accessing your mail application and being able to reply or create new messages, as well as stay a little organized. As always, please let me know if you have any trouble.